All right, so HasbroPulseCon was on Friday, and of course, I'm a little late with the news, but today, the first thing that they revealed off the bat was the retro carded Iron Man figure. And at first, I was super excited for it. Let me swipe back so y'all can see the first picture with the big ass cannon. But then, the artwork on the, like, anytime I see the figure, I'm going to look at it and then look at the artwork on the packaging. And, just to, sometimes I'm not familiar with the character, especially since I don't read comics like that. So I may not be familiar with a certain version of the armor. But I'm looking at this armor here, and it looks similar to the figure in the packaging, but it's not exactly like it. You know, like look at the shoulder pads. That's different. And I may be somebody might look at it and be like, "All right, you're nitpicking and it looks close enough." But do you pay these people for close enough? Do you pay a professional for close enough? You know, I don't know. You don't pay people for approximation. Either way, I still may pick it up because it's still a nice looking figure. It just doesn't look like that artwork that the armor is based on, like shoulder area, the overall look to the figure. It would be nice if we got exactly what was in that artwork, but what are you gonna do, right? One thing I will give them credit for is for including this big ass cannon. Like this thing, this is straight out of Marvel vs. Capcom when he does his like ultimate special. That's really cool. I'm happy that they included that, so I gotta give him credit for that. But it comes with the interchangeable Tony Stark head with the long hair, mullet style, and I would say this is gonna be pretty good. I hope that it's pretty good at least. Um, what can I say? It's a I'm not as excited as I once was when I first saw it, but it's pretty good. On to the next thing, because they, like I said, they revealed a whole lot. Bear with me. Uh, right here. Who's an X-Men fan? For this Hasbro PulseCon, you ate. Like they revealed so much X-Men stuff. It's not even funny. Like they was like Avengers who? But kicking it off, they have Dark Phoenix. Now this is something, a character that I don't know why I completely forgot about it. But then again, I don't, like I said, I told you guys I don't read comics that much. Like I'm familiar with the characters, like who they are. Like I know this is Jean Grey, for example. But do I know the whole Dark Phoenix saga? No. But I know a cool figure when I see one. And I think this looks pretty cool. Uh, I think this is on the new. What I don't know what body debuted this sculpt, but I know this looks like the spinneret body, and I have my gripes with it, but I think it's a decent enough body to pose your female character, and that's what I want. My female characters to be more posable. Either way, moving on. You got Strife, like once again a character that I know of, I don't know much about, but this looks awesome. I think I think this looks awesome, man. What can I say? Getting all these arms, and of course, to be fair, that's in the character design, but I love it. I love it. And then you get this Wolverine in the X-Men outfit, the classic, X-Men team outfit, and this looks pretty good too. Now, one thing I will say is that because this is, the most updated version of the Wolverine body, he has those humongous traps. So, and usually in his outfits, he has like the shoulder pads. So, the traps don't look as exaggerated. And this, you can see the exaggeration, but I still think that it looks like a pretty good figure. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. And then you got Avalanche. This is something this is, once again, another character I completely forgot about. And as soon as they mentioned Avalanche, I was like, oh my goodness. Like my mind flashed back to, I don't know if y'all watched this, but X-Men Evolution. And they were all the characters were a lot younger in that show. I think they were like in high school or something. But I always remember that version of Avalanche, and then I seen this. Like it just brought fast flashbacks for Avalanche, the character, and this seems like this is definitely a nice pickup. I'm happy that they included that guy. And then you have this character Longshot. Once again, another character I'm not super familiar with, but like I know of him. I know that he's with Mojo. He's involved in the Mojo storyline. And this guy, I didn't even know who this was at all. They call him Multiple Man. Maybe I've seen him in a different costume. And maybe I don't recognize this costume. But either way, uh, the gold paint on this figure is gonna be iffy, but we're gonna see. I feel like that could make or break the figure. If the gold paint is clean, I think that could be a pretty solid figure. Either way, moving on again. Live right now. Hopefully it hasn't sold out since then. This is the problem with me being late. You got the X-Men from the animated series from the 90s. You got the Cyclops figure. And this Cyclops looks like their best Cyclops yet. Everything, as they said in the live stream, is keyed in. So all like his harness and all the straps and stuff, they're not floating pieces. They're on the figure. So that's really good. I hope that they do, because I don't necessarily care for the cell shading, to be honest. But I hope that they do like this same Cyclops figure, but what the comic book. This is the comic book, regular comic book accurate. I guess you could use this as your comic book accurate Cyclops, but I think I would rather just one with the non-cell shading is what I'm trying to get at. And moving on, so that's exclusive from Hasbro Pulse, which sucks because I know that Hasbro Pulse is like what, US and UK. I feel like is it something else? I don't know. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, like people outside of those things, like you can't. It's gonna be hard to come by, basically. Next, we got this 3-pack, and when I saw this 3-pack, I almost immediately had like a flashback to the Urban Legends box set from the Toy Biz days. And as you can see, I think all these figures look pretty good. Definitely wasn't expecting an updated Electra anytime soon, and like I said earlier, for the like 11 billionth time, I'm not familiar with all these character stories, but is Bullseye supposed to look insane like that? Is he supposed to look deranged like that? I don't know. Y'all can let me know. But definitely wasn't expecting an Electra figure. It would be cool if we got Electra in the red outfit. I think the head sculpt is pretty decent. Daredevil looks definitely nice. He's using the Renew Your Vows Spiderman body, so that's gonna be good. And I was just looking at Daredevil the other day from Toy Biz days. I was like, I gotta pick that up one day. Now here, I don't. Does the hair look a little off to you? Hair, Electra without the bandana or the do-rag looks a bit like, I don't know. Looks really poofy. I don't know. Y'all can let me know if it looks a little off. It looks a bit off to me. But anyways, this is looking up to be like a pretty worth it 2-pack. I know people love their Bullseye, their Daredevil, and of course, we're very overdue for a new Electra. And this, once again, is gonna, from what I can tell, it's another Hasbro Pulse exclusive, which sucks for people that's not in the US or whatever, or people that don't have access or whatever. But that is all, at least on Instagram. We're gonna continue this. I'm gonna have since I can't screen record some of the stuff because some of it was just shown exclusively on the live stream. I'm gonna just have the moving pictures and whatnot. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so real quick before we move on to the rest of those Marvel Legends, we gotta talk about something that I think is supposed to be revolutionary, but the way it came out is, well, you'll see. We gotta talk about this Selfie Series Selfie Series action figures that they releasing. This Selfie Series of action figures, I feel like I'm being trolled, or I'm in a Twilight Zone where everybody's like standing next to these figures or putting these figures up to their face saying, this looks like me, right? And I'm like, no, it doesn't. These things don't look nothing. Of course, I guess I can't. It's kind of harsh of me to be super critical this early on. But these things well, actually, it's not even really that early on. I guess it's early on in the series. The technology could get better, but these things, it's like, this man, the white, he put the This man, the white on a Marvel Legends team, he put the figure up next to his face, and he's like, yeah, it looks better than me. I'm like, no, it don't. Don't do yourself. Don't do that to yourself, because it certainly didn't look better than him. I don't know who that was that they made a copy of their face. It definitely didn't look like the white. The white got brunette hair. He got gray in his beard. This figure, the head on the figure looked like he was a ginger a little bit. I thought, initially when I first saw it, I thought Post Malone, but I don't know so much now. But it definitely don't look like the white. Same thing with what's my man name? The guy that likes Spider-Man. The name is escaping me right now. I'll put it in the video later on. But that didn't look like him. That looked like some random Asian dude. It didn't look like him. So I don't know. I feel like it's like an inside joke to like an inside joke to get somebody to believe something ridiculous when I see these Selfie Series head sculpts. And I'm not like trying to be like a basher or anything like that, but like like that clip I used earlier with Cat Williams. Did you know that I could see you? So either way, moving on. Okay, so real quick, one thing I neglected to mention is that all the retro carded X-Men stuff is up for pre-order right now. So if you want to go grab those figures, you can go grab it. But moving on. So in a live stream, there's certain things that they didn't put up on, of course, the Hasbro Pulse Instagram page. And like they showed us the in-person non-3D rendered Mephisto, and I have to say it looks a whole lot better than how it was looking in those 3D renders. Because in those 3D renders, I was like, the musculature looks like painted on. It just, I don't think that was a good representation of the figure. The figure looks much nicer now that they revealed that it has good size to him. He's about like 7 inches tall. Like he has a good height. I was gonna say height advantage, but he has some height on even the Ghost Rider figure. But moving on past that, they revealed another character who I'm not familiar with, but he looks cool as hell. Classic Orb, or the classic costume Orb. I'm guessing they have, a more modern Orb design based on that description. But they said this won't be included with the Ghost Rider. It won't be in the Ghost Rider Haslab set, but he will be a figure that's released in 2023. So if you're a person that was looking forward for an Orb figure to be made, here you go. Here it is. It looks nice too. Pretty unique looking character. And then next, we got a character that I'm surprised that they haven't made a figure for already, and that is Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. I'm definitely gonna pick this guy up because the Molecule Man is I can already think of a lot of cool pictures you could do with the Molecule Man as a character that can basically warp reality. It's the possibilities are endless with taking pictures with a character like this. But in all, I would say that the head sculpt looks pretty good. Molecule Man is a very tripped out looking dude, not the most handsome dude, but he's powerful. But moving on after that, that's also being released in 2023 if I'm not mistaken. We got an updated Moonstone. Now, Moonstone, I know they released a Moonstone a while back. It was like in this Comic-Con set. But this one is on a more updated body. It looks like, these look like new legs because the legs look very muscular. I would even see her arms look more muscular. But it could all just be like I said, spinner. Those legs are probably definitely new. Maybe the arms might not be, but the legs look very like muscular women's legs. But it looks like a nice figure. I think this is going to be a Walgreens exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. What can I say? Moonstone looks really nice. She has the double jointed elbows, which for a long time we didn't have with Marvel Legends, so that's always a plus. And this is a figure that, according to themselves, Hasbro, not a lot of people were able to get their hands on. So, moving on. We got something that, of course, I haven't kept up with Marvel What If, but we have this Warrior Gammora figure, and basically she has on like the Thanos style outfit from the MCU, and she has his dual blade thing, where super long blades on both sides, and it looks pretty cool. I'm very curious to see what other what if characters are gonna come out. I think the what if when they do the possibilities are limitless for Hasbro. As to making these cool figures from the what if story. But I guess that the sky's the limit. What can I say? Never know who else is gonna appear in the what if story. Um, pretty cool looking figure. Yet another thing that's gonna come out in 2023, and I think that's why they probably didn't put it immediately up on Hasbro, the Hasbro Pulse Instagram page, because a lot of this stuff is coming out next year, and they just wanted to put out the stuff that's gonna be available for purchase fairly soon. Next, okay, so continuing with some X-Men stuff, they have a new Storm figure, and this figure looks dope. At least the head sculpt does. The body looks pretty good too, but the head sculpt, she looks gorgeous. And of course, she comes with her lightning effects and whatnot, and she's wearing the classic X-Men suit, the yellow and blue. I'm very happy for this figure. I'm very excited because the Storm figures I think they've been pretty decent with, and I don't know if she has the. Now I'm looking at damn. Does she has double joints? I hope if she doesn't, I hope they add it in because that would be really disappointing. We can never go back to single jointed elbows for the women figures anymore. That's done. That era's over. That's it. We can't go back. Also, we got a new Banshee figure, and this figure looks pretty good. What can I say? I've never been a huge Banshee fan, but if you're a huge Banshee fan, you finally got your updated Banshee. That'll be coming out next year as well. Like I said earlier, if you are an X-Men fan, you ate well during this all these reveals. And of course, we get a Strife figure. Now, once again, not super familiar with the storylines with Strife, but definitely a dope looking figure. A lot of unique sculpt work on this figure. I gotta do some research on these figures for when I review them eventually. But it looks really good. What can I say? This looks really good. Really good. It looks like it. Will it be a deluxe figure or is it just? It has so much unique sculpt work that I just automatically assumed it would be a deluxe figure, but that's not necessarily true. Once again, another thing that's gonna come in 2023. And then, I don't know why I didn't think of this, but they revealed more, the VHS cell shaded figure line that they were doing. And they said they're going to take a break from the X-Men, but they're going to do Spider-Man, the animated series. And in this first set, they show Carnage from the animated 90s series, the 90s animated series, and Black Suit Spider-Man from the 90s animated series. And I'm really happy for this. Of course, they haven't shown the actual figures, but they show what the box will look like. And this looks like it'll be a 2-pack. I find it interesting that they call it Spider-Man versus Carnage, but they have Spider-Man in his black outfit versus Carnage. I guess because they just released an animated style Spider-Man on a retro card, if I'm not mistaken, recently. If anything, I'll put a picture up somewhere in the video. But what else? They show another angle from the that set, and that's pretty much it for the Marvel Legends. It's gonna be a hell of a year. I think I said this earlier in the video, but I was kind of shocked at how much they revealed. I was like, leave some stuff for Comic-Con. What you gonna reveal at Comic-Con if you reveal all this stuff now? But to be fair, a lot of the stuff, how about half the stuff that they revealed is gonna be released this year. So whatever they reveal at Comic-Con is probably gonna be a bunch of all new stuff, all new, basically all 2023 related stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for it. I hope that these figures come out nicely. I know I can be very or kind of critical of Marvel Legends, but that's only because I want the figures to be nice, and I know what they're capable of. When they Marvel Legends is good, they're great, but when they're bad, it's like, God damn, did y'all try? But either way, until next time, peace out.